presenting their skills. And it's really a wonderful day to play cricket, though it's cloudy, but we are not expecting any sort of rain yet. There you go. The weather has been perfect. No air so far, so that has been a pretty gloomy day, but hope so. The cricket will be there in the centre. It's a wonderful morning today, and good to go for T20 sort of cricket, where you're all set for the day. And look at the beauty, the lush green, and wonderful pictures here at Kinrara. The teams, they're all set, having a bit of the practice early in the morning. And this time, though they've been in the centre, bit of time left to start the game. And there you go, Pakistani players, they are warming up for this big game. Iram Javed came in, Sadia Iqbal came in, then there you go. They've been presenting themselves. Happy faces, so let's hope that they will be giving a good picture here. That's a squad for T20 from Pakistan. Nahida Khan, Sadia Iqbal. She has just arrived here. Javeria Khan, in-form batter. Then Bisma Maruf, the captain, leading the side well. So far she's scoring well. Umaima Sohail, Nida Dar, then Alia Riaz, Sidra Nawaz. She's a good all-round cricketer, the wicket-keeper. Then Diana Beg, the pacer, Aisha Zafar, Anam Amin, then Ramin Shamim, Fatima Sana, Iram Javed came inside, and then Sayyida Arup Shah. She's making her debut today in the T20 game. It's a big day for her. An English cricket team, they've been also in a great form, winning the series 2-0 against Pakistan. So they've been in a tremendous form. And look at that, they're still warming up. And happy faces from their side too, because they're all set to get into this T20 version or format of the cricket. And they have shown their skills in ODI cricket. And let's see what their side will be doing here. There you go, the England cricket team. They've got the same, sticking with the ODI squad. Christy Gordon, then they have got Freya Davis, Heather Knight. She's leading the side tremendously well. Anaya Shrubsole, then Fran Wilson. They have got Natalie Skiver, then Catherine Brunt, Tammy Beaumont. She's been a wonderful cricketer. Leoran Winfield coming into the side, then Kate Cross, Amy Jones, Denley Watt. Then they have got Maddie Willers, Sarah Glenn, and Sophie Ecclestone. So a good all-round cricketers in England cricket team. So T20 side, they've been all set to make their a wonderful present of cricket and skills. So let's hope that both sides, they will be doing their beauty, and we will be witnessing the great game of T20 cricket. So we will be presenting you with some of the great knowledge of cricket, but this time we are all set for the toss with Sikandar Bakht.
The first T20 international between Pakistan and England. I've got the two captains here, Bisma Maruf from Pakistan and Heather from England. And I've got our match referee over here, Mr. Mohammad Javed Malik. Who has the coin? Bisma toss. Heads is the call.
And it is tail.
Pakistan have won the toss. What would you like to do?
So we are bowling first.
Bowling first. In terms of T20, it's a different ball game. What kind of score do you feel on this ground would be good enough to basically stop these opposition at?
I think we need to bowl really well in the good areas, and the first and foremost is to field really well and take the chances, and that's what our goal today.
In terms of World Cup preparations, how important are these games?
Definitely very important. We need to check some players. I think this is the games the girls get the opportunity and make the most of it.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Heather, happy to bat first?
Yeah, I was going to bowl as well, but not too displeased to be batting. There is a little bit of weather around, I think, but you obviously can't predict it. The pitch is a little bit more tacky than it has been on previous days, so I think it's batters we have to sort of assess quite quickly and communicate and adapt to what the conditions might be.
This is the same wicket used for the first one-day international. What kind of score now? Different ball game, T20s. What do you think will be good enough here to challenge the opposition?
I don't think we set out to kind of score a particular score. We want to sort of push the boundaries and get obviously as many as we can. I think the wicket will be a little bit slow. It was a little bit slow in that first game, not quite as good as the pitch we used for the second two ODIs. So it's about our batters assessing very quickly the openers and number three, working out what a good score is, and then trying to get as many as we can.
And how important are these games for you in terms of the preparation for the World Cup coming?
Yeah, very important. They're obviously very different conditions to what we'll get in Australia, but now's the start of our preparations in terms of getting our team right, knowing who our best 11 are, and really setting us all out about how we want to play our T20 cricket.
All right, good luck.
Lovely, thank you very much.
So Pakistan have won the toss and they've decided they'll bowl first.
Thank you very much. Yes, Pakistan winning the toss and decided to bowl first, courtesy to the cloudy weather. And Pakistan did well while chasing in the past, because 11 times Pakistan has won the chasing games with 7+ wickets. They have got this thing in their mind that they're a good chaser, and they can really do it tonight here. Pakistan has got one debutant today, Sayyida Aroof Shah from Karachi. She's making her debut today. And what a wonderful time for any cricketer, presenting the green star on the chest and getting it here. She's happy. What a wonderful time for her to come into the side. And she has made ODI debut at home, playing 2 ODIs, getting 2 wickets. And, representing Pakistan is all the time a big honour. And a great thing that she will be playing here in the T20 game. Yes, hugs are around. Really a great and a wonderful picture. The companions, they are giving handshakes, greetings. And, from England's point of view, they have got also a few of the debutants making their debut here and presenting themselves. It's really a nice pictures, getting hugs and giving a cap to the new girl, Sarah Glenn. It's really a wonderful time. Look at the beautiful faces. They're smiling, getting hugs, greetings, because presenting the nation at the top level at international cricket is all the time a great and a wonderful atmosphere, with a great experience. And this is all about presenting your country, your nation. And you are the great ambassadors. Now you can do it here. But England versus Pakistan, the T20 first game here at Kinrara Oval. We'll be hoping some of the wonderful witnesses to come all around, and we'll play some brilliant cricket, because these two sides, they will be coming in a no-way time from ODI. And, in a short while, we are going with the national anthem of England cricket team. Here we go. Wonderful. This is really a great time for English cricket team, and now we move on to the national anthem of Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Wonderful pictures here at Kinrara Oval. Here, Pakistani girls, they've been representing their nation. England versus Pakistan all the time, a tough task to deliver, as There you go. Pakistan, Javeria Khan on the top, Naida Khan, then Bisma Maroof, the captain. She's in a great form. 10 T20 half centuries to her credit. Then Umayma Sohail, Iram Javed, then Nida Da coming in quickly. Can wrap up the batting line of English cricketers. Then Alia Riaz, Sidra Nawaz, Diana Baig, Sayyida Shah making a debut here. Anam Amin. So Sayyida Arub Shah, she's the bowler, a leg break, and let's see how she will be delivering it here. An English cricket team, they're also a good side. Denny Watt, the batter on the top. Then Fred Wilson, Tammy Beaumont, Emma Jones, Heather Nye, the captain, Natalie Skiver, then Anaya Shrubsole, then Freya Davies, Catherine Brunt, Sarah Glenn, Sophie Ecclestone. Pakistan winning the toss and elected to bowl first. Both umpires going inside to officiate their duties in the T20 game, and both umpires, Mr. Khalid, he's really a senior pro, doing a wonderful job, having a wonderful time, and hope so that umpiring standards, as we witness in ODI cricket, they will be presented here. Pakistan cricket team really happy because they have done good in the past in T20 cricket, winning 11 times with a margin of 7+ wickets. And Pakistan is coming into this side, making a clean sweep against Bangladesh 3-0. Umpire is having a bit of the check. And there you go. Pakistani girls, they're all set, and they're happy because they have done a slightly good job in the last ODI, the third one, because they got a good start, but they couldn't capitalize on that one. And I've got Henry along with me here. Good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you?
Thanks. All set. Well, England couldn't win the toss, but hope so. The way they have shown their skills in the ODI cricket, their toppers, their top order batting line, they'll be really flourishing, and hope so that we will see some more aggressive cricket from them.
Certainly the change in their batting lineup suggests that they are just looking to slightly change the dynamic at the top of the order from what we saw in the one-day internationals, though it is the same side that they played in that third ODI, what we saw of it. They moved Amy Jones up the order from number 5 to open alongside Danielle Wyatt.
Yeah, but
Partnership.
yeah, that's one
This is a very dangerous
on the
one.
offside.
Jones won the ball a long way. Wyatt, we know the threat she poses from the 100. She scored the first one there. The last couple of years, Danielle Wyatt, T20 cricket in particular, has become without doubt one of the world's very best. So the importance on this opening partnership is what Diana is going to open the bowling can do to try and dislodge it. It's big.
Can I start, Khalid?
Yeah, let's see if Diana can strike earlier, but they need to keep an eye onto the both openers. They're really hard hitters. There you go, Amir Jones, 420 runs, averaging 17.5. So strike rate, that's what matter in T20 cricket. You don't need much of the time to settle down. You have to play some more aggressive cricket. So 250s for her, and she can bat well.
She's just been opening for the Perth Scorchers in the Women's Big Bash League as well. So
tour. Amy Jones has been playing with the great Meg Lanning, arguably the world's best, with the Perth Scorchers, the Australian captain, and said what she's learned from Meg Lanning is that just see yourself in, because you can always catch up later on. The key is making sure that you're there and that your innings is intact.
Yeah, bit of finter swing. Catch was the call. But earlier at this stage, looking up into the sky, might be that the ball can do a bit here. Now you see, slightly going away. Catch was the call, played officially. Well, if it's your day, you can play well. The T20 format of cricket. There was the edge there. She put in the right way. But that was not a good delivery for batsmen, but luckily got the 4 runs. A narrow escape.
It's not the most convincing start to an innings from Jones, but she's got away with it. But again, prodigious swing. Look at that. Really moving.
She was trying to go towards onside somewhere, like deep mid-wicket. But luckily, that ball didn't fly. Again, pitching it up. Good fielding. Diana Baig is just putting the ball slightly upish. You can see like Fuller. She's from a hilly station, Gilgit, in Pakistan. That Diana Baig, very strong muscles. And, what we used to say to those people, that they are really good climbers. So let's see if she can climb here onto the wickets of English cricket team. Well, Jones is just staying there. I think that when the ball's been released from the Diana Baig's end, then her bat has been coming down. Otherwise, she's been very still, calm, just waiting for the delivery.
Well, these Kookaburra balls, they don't swing for long. It's quite a short window of opportunity you've got at the start of an innings. That's why somebody like Diana Baig is so useful to have in a side. Somebody that really does get to use any movement that's going to be available from this new ball.
Good delivery. 4 from the first over. Well, Pakistan has got 10 games against these two nations altogether, winning 1, and England, they have got upper hand, winning 9 games. Not what has been plus point for Pakistan, that this year Pakistan has done a great job in T20, like 3 times they have crossed 150. And 11 times they have won the games with a margin of 7 plus wickets. So they're happy with the chasing. I think so that's why she's been, the captain, Bisma Maroof, opted to bowl first here. That might be the weather conditions looking at there. And they have got a history of chasing well. So let's see if they can change the day here today.
I think there's little doubt that going into this tour, in terms of the series where Pakistan would have looked and thought, you know, we could cause an upset here, it would have been the T20s more than the one-day internationals. Not to rule them out, of course, in either format, but this really could be an opportunity where we could see a little bit of a shock.
And I mean, 44 wickets for her in 46 games. So let's see that Pakistan is working with a spin with 1 slip in place. Well, as you've spoken earlier, that Kookaburra is not that much helping to the bowlers in terms of swing. You know, what about the spinners? It's still new, the shine is there, hard to grip the ball, but captain is showing her trust in Anam, and she's just punched it away. Protection is there.
Well, certainly we've not seen huge amounts of turn from these pitches so far in the matches that we've seen in the one-dayers. It's been not prodigious, certainly. Now, Jones is somebody that likes to hit down the ground, and we can see long off back, mid on up.
Long off is protecting the boundary. I think so that Bisma might be hearing this thing in her mind, that it's a T20 form of cricket. Maybe the batters, they might be in a hurry. So that's why she's opting the other way, with a spinner that might be, if anything, miscue, can down the wicket. So it's the call, but settling for a single.
You see Danny White there, just advancing down the track, trying to manufacture a little bit of room. Didn't quite time it, which might suggest that maybe the pitch isn't just coming on as much as we saw in certainly the second and what we saw of the third one-dayer, where the surface offered a little bit more. We have had a fair bit of rain here in Kuala Lumpur over the last few days.
Yes, and still she's using the towel. Waiting for a fielder, which has been at a short cover now, trying to protect those scoring areas. Good call. Well, England cricket team in the past 187, what they have witnessed against Pakistan. There you go, good call, good positive early call. And every time that when England played against Pakistan, they've been pretty easy for the side of England cricket team. Scoring runs down the wicket, it's just gone over to the extra cover boundary for 4. In this time she has connected well, using the feet and earning the runs.
It's a good shot from White. It's exactly the sort of scoring area she likes to target. Advancing down the track, giving herself a little bit of room, and punching it away over the covers for 4.
Yeah, she came on to the pitch of the ball quickly. Exactly knew that where the ball will be landing and how she has picked it earlier. That's good. So let's see if Anam can change her line. That 2 overs gone, 12. So starting with 6 runs per over. They have taken off that shot extra. I think she's still trying to get some swing, getting his wrist a bit more upward and trying to deliver the ball more quickly. There you go, the fielders, they are all set up. There you go, 3 towards onside, no slip. Third man is deep, back foot point, cover, extra cover, mid-off. Yeah, that's a sort of delivery that you hadn't taken any sort of slip, but you're just pitching it towards offside, giving an option to the batter to place them aggressively.
And there is that record. Pakistan against England in T20s. Just the one victory thus far for Pakistan. Will that change in the next 4 days?
Yeah, bit of hint of saying, but couldn't stop that. No, this will run away for 4. That was firmly hit. Even the fielder was there, a bit of pain, but that has been deflected to the boundary.
Well, he's just a little bit wide, and Jones wasn't going to miss out. It's a good attempt. Well, I say that, actually. I give it more credit than it's probably deserving of. It maybe should have been stopped. But it was just, as we've seen, Diana targeting the stumps. This time, just a hint of width, and Jones was more than happy to hit that ball away. It's a better looking delivery, just cramping the batter for room, and that's so important, particularly in these power play overs where the fielding restrictions are such that you can really take a game away from a side. You see here, Jones has got no room to work with that. All she can do is defend into the onside, and it's a valuable dot ball.
Well, looking on to the graphics, like 9 victories from English cricket team. Well, this season, Pakistan that playing way back at home against Bangladesh, clean sweep, 3-0. So their confidence is high. So Mahpida can add some more beauty, some more confidence, that can really give you some more skills when you've been pretty relaxed to play in the center. So home series, like Pakistani cricketers, they've been playing away. So not been helping them to get some more confidence. Down the wicket, she has just chipped it over. Fine leg, run away for 4. There you go, the confirmation. Well, good finish from England point of view this over.
What we saw there from Amy Jones is she knew the line that Diana was going to bowl, because that was the line that was stopping the run scoring. Straight at the pads and very early. Amy Jones came forward and whipped it away. Here's the rankings then. Pakistan 7th at the moment between South Africa and Sri Lanka. But you'd sense that there's not many teams that they wouldn't give a bit of a challenge to, this Pakistan side. And if they can get a win against England, that would be a huge, huge statement, particularly considering what's to come in, what, 2 months' time with the T20 World Cup in Australia. So, a decent start from England. They've kept their opening partnership intact. Need a dart to bowl from the Kinrara end with Wyatt on strike.
Nidada, she has caught the ball and she's really a wonderful bowler. Catches a call straight up into the hands. There's the first wicket. And Nida strikes here. She was the highest wicket taker from Pakistan in Asia Cup, getting 5 wickets there. And today she has just struck here. Hard, really travelling and look at the way, good reflexes, taking the catch and jubilation there.
That's a good catch as well, because those are the ones that, it's a cliche, isn't it? But they either stick or they don't. Well, that was a good take because it was hit firmly enough from Danny Wyatt, and that's a big breakthrough because she is the player in the England side that England certainly look to, who can really take a game away from a team. And that was important. It was sharp. And it's the breakthrough that Pakistan wanted. So 20 for 1 is the score, as Tammy Beaumont comes to the middle. England's other opener from the one-day series.
So the confidence is high. Let's see that Tammy Beaumont, over 1,000 runs, getting 6 off centuries and past 116. Well, let's see if she can free her arms quickly. Slight bit of change to the fielding. They have got super cover. I think to the new batter, it's better to attack on her rather than giving her space to getting off the mark. There you go. They have given her a bit of the easy way to get off the mark.
It's perhaps a little bit surprising that Nida Dar electing to bowl around the wicket, because that ball's always going to drift across Tammy Beaumont. She can take a step towards the leg side and picks up an easy single away towards the covers. That gets her moving.
Direction is there, so it's normal in a very much easy way to score runs. Because you have just taken a wicket, you should be pushing more pressure. Get some more fielder nearby. But it's really an easy way. The English cricketers, if you have given them a bit of the space, they can really give you a big punch. They have got long leg in place now. Deep mid wicket. Two fielders onto the onside, and she's opting towards offside.
We do see Needed are bowling over the wicket now, and there isn't that room for Beaumont. She lunges forward without much conviction.
Yeah, that's a good angle. A good way to deliver. 4 overs gone, England 22 with a loss of 1 wicket. Bit of width offer.
Yeah, the feet aren't really going for Beaumont just at the start of the innings. But we've seen Wyatt, Jones, and now Beaumont all starting just a little bit tentatively, perhaps suggesting that the pitch takes a bit of getting used to. Wyatt, the 1 wicket to have fallen. Gone for 6. But that England batting lineup has power. Wilson, of course, next in theory, but this England batting lineup can move around a little bit. She scored that career best 85 not out in the one-day series in that second game.
Ali Arias. Right on medium, and let's see if she can give them something here. Bit of width offer this time, just through to the covers. He'll touch the fence for 4. Well, you can't give a loosener like this to the openers like Jones to free her arms.
Most top order batters you can't do that to, particularly in the women's game. Amy Jones, anything short and wide, she will punish.
And she's just settling with the length, but slightly away from the body.
Still a hint of swing, just that little suggestion of away movement.
We did see earlier from the bowler, Nida, that when she was doing here, but I think a couple of deliveries and then that swing has gone. Oh, very much narrow, very much narrow. It's gone down to the fine leg. Very lucky.
Oh, for the second time in her innings, Amy Jones has got a little bit fortunate, and that comes off an inside edge and has missed leg stump by millimetres.
Runs are coming. They're approaching to the 30 in the 5th over. Still, they've got 1 more over of the power play, and let's see how much they can add in.
Well, Aliyah showing some football skills. Doesn't matter what you get on the ball if you can stop it heading back towards that long off boundary.
She's delivering wide of the crease. Sometimes if it hit onto the ankle, so it's a really painful.
Not much fun, that.
Take it towards onside. Couple of bounces, run away for 4. Anything back of length, you will get the answer like this.
Well, you just don't bowl short to Jones. That's the message. I mentioned earlier in the over, it's just back of a length, and she's not going to miss out. It's hammered away. She's not actually got absolutely all of it, but she's got enough, because that field up inside the circle on the leg side, in these power play overs, you do get that extra value for your shots.
Well, again, this time towards offside. It's a run away for 4. So runs flowing here for England cricket team. Well, Alia must be looking to adjust her length here because this is again back of length.
5 overs gone, 38 for 1.
.38 for 1 after 5. England being asked to bat first. First toss to win on this tour for Bisma Maroof. She's pretty happy about that. No doubt in both the captains' mind, they wanted to bowl first, keeping the conditions in mind. Same wicket that was used for the first ODI. Was a bit on the slower side. Driven away nicely, would beat the fielder. Yes, it does. And then runs away for a boundary. It's a good start to the over.
It's nicely played by Tammy Beaumont. Big stride forward, all about the timing.
Morning, Henry. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you, Sikander?
Not bad. How did the 2 days go?
Well, they were rainy.
Oh, yeah. Just doesn't stop here, does it?
It's the first time, really, in the last, what, 4 days, we've seen a suggestion of sunshine. It's been warm, but it's not been certainly as sunny as it might be.
Home away for home.
I felt very much at home.
Well, thankfully, it doesn't look to be troubling the game today. But I don't want to say anything too soon. Important that these two sides get 3 full games here. Integral part of their preparations towards the World Cup. Not the same conditions, though. But they can actually get a good idea of how the formation of the squad would be. In the air, would it carry? Oh, she just stopped. Alia on that occasion thought she would go for it. And decided want to take it on the bounce. That looked like carrying.
Well, she started and then stopped. It's one of those where you have to weigh the percentages up in very quick time.
Oh, chance of run out, non-striker, would it carry? Oh, it's a very bad throw. Really wild to the right of Nidadar. No chance for her to grab it and hit it on the stumps. That's a chance, for sure. I think that's the debutant, Zaroob.
Well, Jones and Beaumont were almost at the same end discussing where they were going to head for dinner tonight. That was a horrible mix-up.
Yeah, not a good start for the debutant to be on screen for the wrong reason. Jones had no chance to get back whatsoever. Once again, slight hesitation. Don't know what's going on between the two batters as well. It was a good call, but then there was a bit of a hiccup somewhere. You don't get to see the batter in the screen when there was a slight jerk from Jones when she was trying to get into the striker's end. Now, Aroob has been pushed back. In fact, it's the end of the over, so she'll be at third man, fine leg rather, or third man, yes. And I'd say that there were 2 chances in that over. One was the possible catch at long on. Alia Riaz suddenly decided that she probably won't reach it. And then Aroob at short fine leg had a brilliant run-out opportunity to get rid of Jones. Alia now into the attack. 45 for 1 after 6. As Henry takes a break, I've got Ijaz next to me. It's Pakistan looking to get as few as possible to chase. Not a bad start though. The last power play is done. 45 for 1 is what they've managed.
Yes, so far Pakistani bowlers, they did get a good start, like sometimes in the past the bowlers, they've been doing a wonderful job, but the moment that when English cricketers, they've just given them a chance like a run out, I think they should be opting here. The drop catch was there when Alia was coming underneath it, but she couldn't make it. A touch of the second, just stepping forward, it just made it slightly late. I think these are the chances they should be keeping so that they can put pressure on the number 2 side in T20 rankings.
Nicely picked up and found the gap as well. 1 bounce to the boundary.
So this will happen when you give a chance to a great batsman. Look at that. Picked up quickly towards onside, long leg, and getting 4 runs. And that has been tremendously timed. Getting from the knee of the bat, middled it perfectly. And such kind of strokes can really give you confidence. 50 up for England cricket team.
Oh, edge. That's boundary again. Just struggling a bit with the length here, Alia. The idea was right. Beaumont was trying to cut that one. Those edges, well, very tough to take for the wicket keepers.
Yes, they don't have any sort of slip there. But that has been very much firmly travelled to the boundary. That the third man has even not a chance to stop that. The runs are flowing.
Seven gone. It's 55 for 1. Four bowlers tried by Pakistan today. Wicket for Nida. Got rid of Natalie White. The score was 20. It will be a huge boost for Pakistan if they can manage to contain the opposition and win this match. It will not only be a good start to the 3-match series here, but also will give them an enormous amount of confidence in the preparations of their World Cup, which is in 2020 Feb in Australia. Pakistan will be playing a one-off T20 against West Indies before that. So they'll be leaving a little early for that World Cup tour to Australia. So before that happens, these games are the only games that Pakistan will be playing. In fact, for England as well, in terms of their preparations.
Yes, and coming into the series after clean sweep to the Bangladesh, I think that they must be having some confidence that they can really put on here, that they have got the guts, they can really win the games. And it's a good time that when a team like Pakistan winning all 3 games, that's happened very rarely that a team like on number 7 and 8 ranks winning the 3 consecutive games.
They've had a good year. Against Bangladesh, they had a very good performance. They beat West Indies as well. This was the mix-up between the two, not only only one. The second time, just that slight hesitation from the two. Not committing themselves to the single 100%. Down the wicket, in the air, that's an inside-out shot. That should go all the way. We'll just roll through and boundary again.
So this is where that English players, they are keeping the momentum. Although they have got some miscues, they have got the boundaries, and this time reaching to the pitch of the ball, inside out sort of stroke, and earning 4 runs. That's a space that she exactly knew that she can really earn the boundaries. And Pakistan will look on to the partnership because this is getting worse for them if it will keep going.
Horizontal bat shot. Alia does well. Oh, she's missed it. For a moment, I thought that she's got herself right behind the ball. That's pretty ordinary. At this level, should have been able to stop.
And I think so, second time. Earlier, at extra cover, she has just deflected to the boundary, and this time again, not been sliding well. Another 4. Well, they're picking up the gaps. Rather that when there's a bad delivery, that has been punched for 4, and they're also keeping a rotation policy. 8 gone, 66 for 1. T20 all-rounders from women. Australia's Perez, she's on top, 382 points for her. Then Sophie's on number 2 from New Zealand. But good thing that Nida Dar from Pakistan, 264 points for her. She was also the best bowler from Pakistan in 2018 Asia Cup when she took 5 wickets against the Sri Lankan cricket team.
Well, here she is. Saeeda Shah. Debutant, leg spinner. He's played 2 ODIs for Pakistan. First opportunity in the shortest format. And passes through the inner circle. Might come back for 2. Throw has to be good. Not a bad throw, but just doesn't reach in time. The batters scamper for 2. Imperative that Aroop gets a good start. Not just for the confidence, but also a leg spinner is a wicket-taking option. Don't worry about the runs that go away.
Well, she's giving a bit of air. This is always a good thing for a leg break bowler. And Googly is her best option. She has done in the past in a domestic version. 3 deliveries towards offside, and I think so that whenever in the past she has done a good job by pitching 3 or 4 deliveries towards offside, and one suddenly came back sharply like a Googly and surprising the batter. That is all about the mind cricket.
Trying to play that against the spin. Good delivery that. Extracting the batter to come on the front foot, trying to slog one.
Yeah, she's deceiving well. Look at that. Flying towards onside and couldn't judge the height off the ball. She may make a bit of trouble in her mind that this bowler is delivering and pitching in the right area, so it's really hard for them to play. It's really a good time when a debutant is coming into the side, getting the green cap and making an effort to get into the center. She's from Karachi, a wonderful place to live on, the city of lights. And Mr. Sikandar can tell us about Karachi.
Yeah. It is City of Lights, people. Oh, in the air for a while. That was a good attempt by Arup, trying to get some fingers onto it. Good start, good over. 9 overs gone, 69 for 1.
There you go. Good attempt. She just stretching forward to grab that ball, but couldn't do so. But a nice effort. Bit of elasticity. Sayyid Arup, as we've spoken earlier, it's a big day for her family, for Karachi, for Pakistan. And here you go. Handing over the cap, and what a wonderful smiles all around.
Sidra Nawaz, the wicket-keeper batter of Pakistan, handing it over to Arup, the T20 international cap. Speaking of Karachi, yes, we are a City of Lights. We wake up at 9 p.m. That's when we start our day off. Karachi is amazing. There's nothing that you cannot get at any time of the 24 hours. Absolutely everything is available. Where talk about food. Go to the so-called food street. We call it Boat Basin. And then there are many other places. You can go to the can station. You can get lots of bars around there as well. You could go to Burns Road and get the most amazing barbecue.
And one more plus that what we witnessed here, that security has improved.
It's always good.
Yeah.
Karachi, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, of course, the safest city around. We keep talking about how people are subjected to incidents of getting mugged. That happens all around the world, in all the metros. It's a very vibrant city, just like any other in Pakistan. And it has a very vast, you'd say, various cultures living. All of Pakistan comes and works around there.
It's a sort of hub that almost Pakistan's economy, like 70% is depending there. Lots of economy, and if the stock exchange is up, Pakistan is going in a good frame.
And that's the cosmopolitan nature of the city. Welcomes everyone. Nicely driven onto the onside. It's a pretty spread out field on the onside. Just that short, fine leg. Otherwise, everyone is a boundary rider.
Yes, Bisma should look onto the partnership because she needs to cut it as early as you can.
Bisma is bowling well. She's bowling it wide outside the off stump, and knowing that especially Jones is trying to slog. It will be very tough to drag one from outside the off stump and play it somewhere in the cow corner. 10 overs gone, halfway through, 74 for 1.
There you go. 54 runs, and look at the strike rate, 135. That is what these English cricketers, they are really dangerous to play. Some aggressive cricket. Yeah, I've got Henry along with me too. Well, so far this partnership, I was speaking with Sikandar that Bisma should be looking to cut it because as longer this partnership is working for English cricket team. I think they've been a big threat. They can cross like 170, 180.
They've got a good platform. Certainly.
One run away from 50. This has gone towards onside. Catch us the court. But this is a boundary. And Jones will be raising her bat. Well played.
It's an excellent innings from Amy Jones. Big stride, look at that. Stretching forward, clean connection, and a couple of bounces towards the ropes. It's been a fine innings so far from the England opener. Good strike rate as well, look at that. 139.5, and for the third time in England T20 colours, Amy Jones reaches a half century.
Sayyida Aroob, she's into the second over. Ball Haran! There you go, she has got the wicket in after scoring 50. What a delivery, that's kept straight. She is trying to play across towards onside. Same sort of stroke, but couldn't do so this time.
Getting that stride forward this time. She misses. The bowler hits. And a special moment for Aroob. She gets the big wicket of Amy Jones. And England 78 for 2.
It's really a great time, big time for Aroob taking the first international wicket in T20. And that's a big one. A batter, a well settled, scoring runs freely, because we did see that she was really scoring comfortably. If she was finding a bat delivery, been put to the fore, and she was also rotating offside, onside. She has got no answer, playing cross.
Well, I think what we see now from England is the potential with the likes of Natalie Siver coming to the middle. Again, somebody with a strike rate over 100. Now England have the platform. They could go big. They want to be careful of losing wickets quickly. That's the key. And as has been the theme so far in this England innings, it's a little bit of mistiming to start the innings. And we saw Amy Jones speaking to Natalie Siver as they crossed. Just a couple of words of advice about how this pitch is playing, because it does seem to be sticking just a little bit.
Well, Aroob thinks she's creating a bit of the doubts in batter's mind, courtesy this wicket. Hitting towards off stump. Flood away down to the deeper wicket. Surely stick with single. Good over, successful for Pakistan. They have got a wicket in there, 79 for 2 after 11.
A big moment that. You sense the wicket of Amy Jones, 53 from 39. She's done her job at the top of the order, and perhaps an understandable dismissal in the sense that halfway point in the innings, just one wicket down. England have the flexibility to play their shots, and Jones, having been successful the previous delivery, decided to go again. But Aroob, having bowled 2 overs, has the big wicket, and look at that, the best economy rate as well.
And returning for 2. Bit of gap available. But it's a fair time. You can rotate like another 3 or 4 overs, 5 or 4 runs per over. You look at the running between the wicket. They came quickly.
Natalie Siver scored that brilliant 100 in the second ODI, so she'll be full of confidence.
Bisma Maroof leading ODIs and T20 cricket, and she's next to Sana Mir, the most number of games of Pakistan, 103. Sana Mir played 106 games for the country, and she has just taken off a little break from international cricket. So Bisma is doing good behind her. I think now the English plan is just to go all along the carpet, Just a couple of runs. If you can add like 4 or 5 runs per over. And from 14th to 15th over, they will be shifting the gears.
That's good fielding, making sure that there's no opportunity for 2. 12 overs gone, 84 for 2 as the England score. The danger for Pakistan is that you don't want to give this partnership too much freedom to continue to build that platform, because you look at where England could get. I think anything over 200 seems unlikely, but certainly, as you mentioned, 170 is not beyond, won't be beyond their thinking, certainly over 150.
Yes, in the past, England scored 187. That's their highest against Pakistan. So they've got ability like touching 180, 190 against such bowling.
But they can continue just to get those singles, find the gaps, play it all along the ground.
Sidra from behind the stumps, he's just giving a more confidence to Aroop. Captain also coming nearby, trying to settle down the fielder. They have got the sweeper cover up inside. So trying to stop those singles, what she was been easily taking. 3 dot deliveries can really give some more hope in this over to Aroop, because she has got a wicket in the previous over. And now if she can go like 2 or 3 runs per over, will be a good one for her.
It's again good bowling.
She's a good bowler. Tall, leaving the ball, giving the air. Again, at that time when Aroop is leaving the ball as a leg break, the batter is just washing towards hands. It's coming a bit more eerie and maybe just getting a bit of the dodge or deceiving from the batter, that how it will be landing, either this will spin or capped straight, or keeping it straight, making the batsman in 2 minds. They've got a chance. They're waiting for the umpire. The keeper couldn't collect it properly.
Well, there's just a little bit of confusion out there at the moment. Natalie Sivers staying put. She's a long way out of the ground here. The fumble. Where's that ball? Where's that ball? Well, this is going to be difficult because there's 2 issues at hand here. First of all, to the right of our screen, it's Nat Sivers' bat. Well, that's not home. Okay, we've got that much. The next question is, what has knocked the bails off?
Yes.
Is it the ball? Is it the forearm? Is it the glove? That angle doesn't tell us an awful lot.
So from here, it's not conclusive.
So we can see Siver clearly out of her ground. That again, well, Siver's in the way from that angle. It's difficult for this. You'd have to say, I didn't see what the soft signal was from the umpire, whether there was a suggestion that
well, it's a side angle. It's really hard to tell that what had happened there.
It's really hard to say. Certainly the reaction from behind the stumps was it's difficult to say, but bails are off, then there's the ball. So whether the ball is somewhere in amongst all of that.
It was hiding there.
Well, that's the question. Yeah. And obviously if the ball's in the gloves, you can use the gloves to take off the bails, but it looked initially as if the ball had, she got caught really in the body.
Yeah.
And so the umpire's got a difficult job here to say what exactly the ball has come off, or what has dislodged the bails, because Siva's clearly out of her ground. That much we can see. The question now comes as to whether the umpires feel that what has dislodged the bails is either of the crucial elements, either the ball or the gloves with the ball in hand. And that angle, it's just Siva's arm that's slightly misleading us, because here you can see at the crucial moment, that arm with that sweat guard on is just in the way, and no, you can't blame the umpires for not being certain.
Yeah, you see, it's not exactly, and I think so that Sidra, I mean the wicketkeeper, she lost her balance there, she lost the ball. So at this stage, you can't give out when you have not got any sort of conclusive but any sort of proof there.
Well, England have got a flight home on Sunday. I hope we've decided what the outcome of this dismissal is by then. They want to get home for Christmas. Well, look, Siva's well out of her ground. We can see that.
Seidaroop, she has done a great job. At what wicketkeeper.
And so it's not out. That is the decision. Siva's making her way. And it's a difficult one, because it might well be the case that it was a legitimate dismissal, but there isn't enough.
Yeah.
And you can't blame the umpire's angles at either straight on or at square leg, because it was impossible to tell. And I don't think probably Sidra behind the stumps could be certain. It's one of those that is very, very difficult to be sure about. And in the end, the benefit of the doubt goes to Natalie Siva. And England remain just 2 down with the ball left of this 13th over, which I think is comfortably the longest over that we'll have seen in the series.
It is. That's really a good call from umpires. Good delivery. Well, she has done a great job, but unluckily couldn't get a wicket here. 13 gone, 86 for 2.
Bowled really well. Just 10 conceded, and that wicket as well. 12 dot balls in the 3 overs that Aroub's bowled so far. Economy rate far better than anyone else. You know, there was that big over early on for England in the power plays. And it's just tailed off a little bit. They'll be looking for something else significant just to press home their advantage. The difficulty for Beaumont and Siva, perhaps, is when to press that accelerator, when to put the foot down, because they will know that you don't want to be heading back to the dressing rooms 2 down and not having got enough on the board. You have to go for it at some point.
Yeah.
It's nicely struck, but straight to the fielder.
I think the last 5 overs that English players should be looking on. Pakistan will have to keep their best bowlers in that slot, because if England cricket team players, they will be opting to go over the top. You must be having like spinners there. You can really come up quickly and can give you something, if anything, miscue.
Well, England's projected score is decreasing all the time because of some excellent bowling from Pakistan. Bismar and Aroub have been doing an excellent job. A bit of hesitation, but there will be a single. And Siva, 7 from 12. It's been a slow start, but she, more than most, can make up for it. The power hitting that she possesses, as England inch towards the 100 mark. Jones, the top scorer so far of that half century, but
down the wicket, catches the call, but it's over. Maximum 6 runs. It's the first time we're witnessing here in this T20I that in one-day cricket too. And they have got maximum.
so that's a good-looking shot. Almost takes out the fans. But this is comfortably England's slowest 30. Look at that. That was a needed boundary, you'd feel. To conclude the over, 14 gone, 96 for 2, and unsurprisingly, Arub is going to finish her spell. And continue. Let's see if you can just pen down that Siva, who's only on 8 from 13.
Well, that really a good effort in the deep. Well, let's see that if both of these two batters, they can play Arub slightly on the back foot defensively. Because looking on the previous over, they must be having this thing in their mind. A good effort. Superb relay throw. Now she has taken a charge. And this has gone over. Kend, second 6. So they're not on the back foot. They're not defensive. They're playing an attacking cricket. Coming on the pitch off the ball quickly. Heading it over. So 100 up for England cricket team in 15th over. Well, wicketkeeper should be active behind the stumps. Sidra Amin, the second leading wicket dismissal, I must say, behind the stumps from Pakistan. There you go. After Batul Fatma, who took 50 victims behind the stumps, she got 41. Dot delivery, that's important.
Good piece of fielding as well, because so often with a reverse sweep, everyone's almost caught off guard. You're not quite expecting the angles, and your eye isn't quite trained in the same way, but it was a good, effective piece of fielding.
It's really in a comfort zone here, English cricket team, and let's see. After this last delivery of 15th over, then they will be having 5 more overs to go. If they go over the top, like adding 40 to 50 more runs, Pakistan should be happy. Over ball, 15 gone, 107 for 2. Well, second 50 coming slightly late, courtesy to the good wickets that Pakistan has struck here. But England cricketers, they've been really on the fire in the last couple of overs. Sikandar has joined me here.
Yeah, an over slow, England, in getting the second 50. 6 deliveries. Still evenly poised, the two sides, in terms of the score at this stage. Well, things can surely change. Pakistan will have to really finish off well. Every run counts here. Don't want the opposition to get 150. Surely not. It's in the air, that won't go all the way. Alia collects that one at wideish long off, long on rather. That's a good length she's bowling.
Yes, and to me, I think that towards offside, anything like slightly over, maybe is slightly difficult for the batters.
In the air, leading edge, 2 fielders for it, and thankfully one of them calls. They were both approaching it. A loud shout, mine, always works, and that's wicket number 3. That's a good delivery again. Trying to work it against the spin, closing the face of the bat, getting a leading edge, and backward point does the job. So in the 16th over, They lose their third like this.
It's going to its onside. Miscued it. And ball hasn't gone much far away from the both fielders. So the wicket here, Tammy Beaumont scoring 13, 29 deliveries. England losing third on 108. I think it's a time when England cricket team batters, they thought that we may be shifting the gear, changing the gear from 16th over. So if Pakistan can get another couple of wickets here, it will surely be a good task for them. Then they can restrict England in the 150.
Catherine Brunt, hard-hitting batter. Didn't quite get an opportunity in the ODIs. The top order did well. Today she has around 4.5 overs. The key is bowling into the wicket. This track is slightly slower. You bowl into the wicket, it's tough to put away.
Yes, and Pakistani spinners, they are doing a good job. So before that, Aruba, she did wonderful. 364 runs. Strike rate is above 100. Well, Pakistan should be happy by giving away like singles here, like 3 or 4 runs per over. But if boundaries will come, that must hurt them a lot.
That's the right length, pushing hard, putting the fielder under pressure, sending it back and almost in, just got back. We're still going up to make sure everything is good for Seva. But that was a good pick up and throw by Owema. She was put under pressure for the second one, rightly sent back by Brunt. At the time she grabs the ball, Anam, and turns around to get to the stumps, that allows Seva to get back. Had she not rushed onto the ball and stayed behind the stumps, Anam, probably things would have been a touch different. Because the ball will travel quicker to you rather than you catching it and turning around and getting to the stumps. So, a few basics around here. Nelson on board. 3 wickets down, 16 gone.
Right arm over.
Nida Dar to continue, 1 for 13.
Yes, the third highest wicket taker from Pakistan T20 cricket after Sana Mir and Bisma Maroof. She has played the most number of games as well for Pakistan. And, she's been a very experienced girl, and yeah, it's a good time to give her over, because she's a good striker of the ball and can strike here, can give you a couple of wickets.
In the air, this will take some catching. Well done to stop that one. It's always going away from that fielder. And Arup does the cleaning up job. Pakistan bowling well here. They've understood the length that works in these situations. Catherine Brunt is a hard hitter. You can see an example of that. Another chance of a double. Fielder being put under pressure here. This time they make it easy.
Yes, they know that boundaries are hard to come. So they're picking up the fielder that where we should be playing, and if there is a fielder who has got a slow arm, can take 2. I think the deep mid wicket is a place where they can place the ball slowly and can take 2 runs. And this time the cover is open.
It's an excellent over up till now. Brilliantly bowled by Nida, bringing all her experience into play. Appearing in the top 10 of the T20 internationals. This is played nicely wide of that fielder. Very well done again. Brilliant. Diana picks up. Fielding in pairs at the moment, Pakistan fielders. Really done very well. That's one department Pakistan's been working very hard on, along with their fielding coach, Abdul Majid. And see the results coming in.
Yes, exactly. Well done job. What a wonderful effort. And that adds some more confidence to the bowler. That when your teammates, they are behaving well, they are supporting you. So the bowler has got a big heart to deliver. And you rightly said that Pakistan has improved in their fielding department, the batting department. This year 3 times they have crossed 150 runs as a batting unit. And I think that's pretty fair. The rope has been dragged away when the slide was there.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just that when the ball is rolling and just before Diana picks it up, the third umpire wants to make sure that the ball is not in contact with the rope at that very moment. I think the angle where we saw it live was the best possible angle. But surely, the hard work and the results are showing, the commitment level is showing in terms of their fielding. And there's always another fielder around to back it up. So we've seen it twice in this over.
Okay, runs only.
That's well done. The third umpire is happy with this. It's only 2. Again, nicely placed. Putting the fielder under pressure again. This time Diana, she's got a good arm, but Nida doesn't collect it. And Henry joins us right at the end of the 17th. 121 for 3.
It's the one thing that, having seen Pakistan's series against England in 2016 in England, that is so different. I know that's a little bit of a misfeel from Nida Dar at the non-striker's end, but it came in quickly. She had to concentrate on what Brunt was doing as well, and it's possibly the awkward bounce off one of the used pitches. But the difference in quality of fielding from Pakistan is enormous. It's a completely different world, and it's those bits of work on the boundary edge that can be the difference between a side, particularly in T20 cricket, from getting 150 and 170, and in consequence between being in a game and not being in a game.
Anam continues. We're just talking about the fact that Pakistan have read this wicket well. Bowling it into the wicket is the key here. It's just the correct length, forcing the batters to play off the back foot. It's not easy to put away when you're in that position. You need to use that bottom hand a lot. But anything fuller seems to be what batters want. Now Anam decided to come over the wicket. Pakistan would like to see this anywhere under 150. Oh, she exposed the stumps and picked it up well. Should go all the way. Played very fine. No chance for the short fine leg to get it off. So a bit of skill and improvisation, and the result comes in.
Right. What Siva's done well there is just step across those stumps. Yes, she did expose them, but it was the calculated risk. The reward, if she got anything on it, was going to be 4 runs.
There you go again. That's hit hard, but finding the fielder. Oh, second one. Brunt is wanting the second one. Rightly sent back. Was hit very well, straight to the fielder in no time. There you go. Brunt was on her way before even Siva started off. Siva would have struggled had she gone for the second.
Yeah, I think of the two of them, Brunt was keener on the 2 runs than perhaps Siva was.
This just shows you how Pakistan have done their work in terms of bowling their last 5 overs and what length to bowl. And the fielders are actually supporting that. It's really good to see. Good cricket all round. In the air, this should again be falling short. Yes, Diana on that occasion.
If you look there at the bottom of the screen, we can see just that 1-4, second ball of this over, but it's been a really good period of bowling from Pakistan.
A little slow on that occasion. The boundary rider to take off. And that's well played. That's the power Brunt has. 18 gone, 133 for 3. It's so important to finish the over off well. Every single 5 deliveries are forgotten if you're hit for a boundary or a 6. As a bowler, you don't feel good. So it's important to finish off well and start off well as well. The first ball, if you hit for a boundary, gives enormous confidence to the batter. What score do you reckon England would be happy with at this stage with 2 overs to go?
2 overs to go. I think they'll be targeting over 150. They have to be. The one thing that we've learned from this innings, though, is it's hard to get in. And it takes a little bit of getting used to this pitch. And so that, in terms of the predicted total for a side, you can maybe knock a couple off that. You can see Siva there just didn't quite time it as she hits it into the leg side.
That's what you can hear Sidra Nawaz. What she's trying to tell the bowlers here is drag the length a bit. It's really tough to hit it from that position. And that's what the bowlers are doing so well. These are big boundaries square of the wicket.
You see from that delivery, it just grips a little bit in the surface, stops on Brunt.
This is what I wanted to see, to come down the wicket, get out of that comfort zone. That's a boundary, result comes in. Not much turn here on this wicket, so if you can actually back yourself, cover the line of the ball and do something like that.
Well, Catherine Brunt's a cricketer that has developed a lot over the years. She was very much a bowler. And in the last 3 or 4 years has become a really valuable member, particularly in T20 cricket, of England's all-round roster. Somebody that can score valuable runs. Look at that, she scored 16 from 9.
Didn't quite intend to play it there. That's a good effort. Always going over that fielder. Full marks for the effort, though. This should be out. Yeah, that's done. Arup takes the catch. Again, trying to slog that one, getting out her edge. Won't be blamed as a batter to do that because you're now into the last over. But that's a good catch taken. The ball would be spinning like anything. 19 gone, 140 for 4.
Looks simple. But as you say, spin on the ball. The pressure of debut. The pressure of knowing that Brunt is going well. So there's no such thing as an easy catch. 140 for 4 after 19. England see their captain stride to the middle. What would Pakistan, do you feel, think as a chase would be doable?
I was saying it when we were in the 16th over that they would be happy if they can stop them from reaching 150. Anything below that, Pakistan would be very happy. Though I asked Bisma at the time of the toss whether she forgot to reply to that or she was reluctant. She didn't really name a figure. But one feels that 150 less would be good. The captain comes in now. She's demoted herself. How many more can England add in the last 6? So important, those 19 overs can be forgotten if the last one doesn't go off well. That's very well stopped. Very well stopped by Javeria there at short fine. We're noticing Diana bowling the new ball in the ODIs as well in the T20s. If she can just get that ball to come in from outside, just outside the off stump somewhere, that was a possible catch, was it? We tend to see that she finishes off somewhere middle leg, and that's why she ends up giving runs. Low full toss, that should go all the way to the boundary. Yes, it does. Good legs on that.
Look how far down the track Knight is when she makes contact with that. She makes it into a full toss, whips it away. Powerful through the leg side. And England creep towards that 150 mark.
We've noticed Diana has, she relies on swing. In her second spell, of course, she'd like to search for those Yorkers. What's plan B that she has? Anything that she can pull the length like the others. There you go again, ending up as a low full toss. That's the problem. You've got to finish off well. That's really important. 2 boundaries already in the first 3 deliveries, 148 on board. So either you got to be very accurate, or you always end up as low full tosses, and that's easy to put away.
She's now got a question to ask. Does she try and drag that ball back, prevent Knight from making the ball that's pitched up a little bit further into a full toss? Or does she hold her nerve, confident in what she's done throughout this game so far?
That's nicely picked up again by the England captain. 4 again, that's not the line. Middle leg. She's not bowling to her field. Maybe try a wide Yorker outside the off stump, but this is easy pickings for the England captain. It's just not the right length. It's just the ideal length on this wicket. Just plant your left foot and launch yourself like that. Now that completely changes everything. 3 boundaries, 152, 2 balls to go. Lucky that that wasn't put away too. Full toss.
Come on, guys! Come on, guys!
What happens is when you don't get a very good last over, the team walks back to the dugout in a very different way. That's the one I was talking about. Wide Yorkers, very tough to put away. They're coming back for the second. That's well done. In the deep on the last ball. So Pakistan managed to hold England back at 154 for 4 in the 20 overs. And well played, Siva. 34 of 29.
Well, it's a decent total, but it's not a total Pakistan will feel is beyond them. And that's what we wanted from this game. We wanted a game of cricket where we would see both sides at the mid-innings break feeling that they've got work to do and that we've got a game on our hands. And I think we've got that. Big last over, but we look here and see Bismarck getting that team in together. And I think she'll be pleased with how they fielded. In the main, the bowling's been excellent. A couple of loose overs, the last one in particular. But in the main, it's been pretty good. And there's no reason to think that 155 as a target is completely beyond the realms of possibility.
Well, riding on Jones 53 and a good hand in the middle. England have managed to get 154 in their 20 overs. Yes, it's one of those tricky scores. Neither you are in a comfort zone, nor you can be relaxed and easy. Pakistan, 2 wickets for Nida, 1 for Anam and Aroob on her debut. The fall of wickets also suggests that they lost a wicket early, had a nice, good partnership in between, and then the rest is all history as they finish off at 154 for 4. Here we are. This is how England started their day off after being put into bat by Pakistan. And with their openers, got some good shots going in the power play, though they only managed to get 40-odd runs in the 6 overs. And Diana got the ball to move into the right-handers. She was hit for a few. It's when the spinners came in. That's the time when it was the difficult period for the England batters to get boundaries at will. They did hit away those loose ones. Anything that had width, pace seems like something they like. But you see, if you notice in these highlights, that lots of shots have been played in the V or in the mid-wicket region. And they've got their results as well. Some rare misfields from Pakistan allowed Jones to get to her 50 with some good shot play, stroke play. This was playing against the spin, and Aroop gets her first T20 international wicket. Pakistan overall in the field were very good, showing full commitment, apart from a few moments where they probably could have done well. This was a leading edge, again trying to play against the spin. Good catch taken at backward point. Not tough to put the ball away when you're bowling that length, but Brunt had some real power behind that shot. And again, a leading edge, good catch taken by the debutant Aroop. Tough catches those. So Pakistan getting 4 wickets in the end. It was Knight, the captain of England, who came in and started hitting those boundaries and got valuable 12 runs of those 3 boundaries in the last over and helped England get to a 154 for 4 in 20. So Pakistan will have to get the 155 at 7.75 runs and over. Don't go away, because T20 International, the breaks are short. We'll be back in 10. So the umpires are back, and Pakistan are ready to come back with their reply. 155 is what they need, and the 120 deliveries available to them. Just getting back to the start of the day's play, where Pakistan won the toss. It was the first toss they won on this tour, and had no hesitation whatsoever in putting England to bat. 7.75 runs and over is what they require to get to the target put up to them. It was Javeria and Nahida who will be opening. Nahida's been in tremendous form throughout the ODI series. She's looked very well. The experience of Javeria will now have to come and start showing on the scoreboard. She needs to get that one knock going to get herself back into form. England would be happy, but they probably would feel they might have been able to add on 15 more. Pakistan did well with their bowling session, bowled brilliantly, especially the spinners. Didn't really allow the England batters to express themselves in terms of those big hits. It's just that last over from Diana allowed Heather Knight, the captain of England, to hit 3 boundaries. That over, or those 12 to 13 runs, will surely play in the back of their minds, because it's still so fresh as the last over of the innings. Nahida, it's very important what kind of start she gives to Pakistan, because she is the one with form. If she can provide that momentum in the first 6 overs that Pakistan need, along with Javeria and her experience of 100+ ODI games and 93 T20 internationals, 95 rather, I don't see why Pakistan cannot challenge the opposition. Davies to start off from the far end, and Nahida Khan to face. In the air and gone. What was Nahida thinking? She was into the shot a little early, got on the high part of the bat, and the ball just scoops to backward point, and Pakistan have lost the wicket. A golden duck for Nahida. That is one important wicket, and England knows that.
Yes, exactly. Not a good start from Pakistan. Look at that. She is just leaning forward, trying to drive it, I think so, but the bounce was there. She has been misled and given an easy catch. Gone for naught. Pakistan losing first. Well, Pakistan was happy the way their bowlers did, but this time it's a batter's duty that how they will be coping up here. Bisma Maroof, the captain, 104 games, over 2,000 runs, 10.5 centuries, 70. That is not out higher, so she's in a good form. She can turn the table.
What a start for Davies. A wicket on the very first ball of the England innings. So Nahida's wicket is, of course, a big blow to the Pakistan plans of chasing it down. The 155 to win this match. The two most experienced are now out there, Javeria and Bisma Maroof. Javeria, the former captain. They exactly know what has to be done. England, on the other hand, would have seen what length works here while watching the Pakistan bowlers bowl. So we're expecting a good contest here. Nice shape away, just passing that outside edge. Javeria not committing herself 100%, just in 2 minds, pulling her bat back at the last moment.
Freya just bending her back, hitting the deck and getting some bounce from the surface. Yes, the ball is new and she has got the ability. No slip is there, but still she's managing to get something towards offside.
Important that Pakistan gets a good start in terms of runs in the power play. That is what any team requires in a T20 international, to get that momentum going, to reduce a bit of pressure on the batters to come. You don't want that asking rate to fly up, because it's not easy to straight away get amongst runs on this pitch.
There is slight change, fine leg coming in, and long leg is just sent back.
Oh, what was she trying to do? I was just about to say that. She was making room, exposing her stumps, and fuller length ball by Davies. And that has really cost Pakistan. So that horrid run for Javeria continues. Look at that. She's backed out completely on a ball that's outside the off stump, trying to play it over cover. But this was a premeditated shot. She had decided that even when Davis was already running into the stride, into the delivery stride, and that is really very ordinary. 1 for 2 Pakistan. Javeria goes for no score. Both the openers back in the dugout for naught.
Yes, it's not a good display. I think she forgot that where the leg stump is. Just giving it too much room and trying to go over inside out. And not being able to counter that ball, and in the meantime it hit onto the off stump, and there she goes. She's out of the playing area. That's the second wicket in this over. And what a start here for England cricket team.
Umema Sohail. So now she's almost opening the innings. Pakistan have lost 2 in the first over. 1 more delivery to go. That's a better way to play that. End of the over. Good start, excellent start from England. 1 for 2, Pakistan.
Well, the two toppers gone without scoring runs. In 4 deliveries, Pakistan has just lost 2 wickets, and you have to give credit to the Freya Davies, the way she has bowled here. Presence of mind. When Javeria was backing up, she has just pitched it in a great area, great landing, getting a wicket, and Pakistan has just lost 2 wickets in the first over, and Henry's along with me. Must be happy guy.
Well, we want to see a good game of cricket, first and foremost, and I'm afraid, particularly that second dismissal, that was not a particularly good shot. What we saw from England, what those that scored runs did well in England's innings was took their time to get in and take the measure of the pitch. Because there is a certain awkwardness to the surface. It's a little bit sticky, and it just takes a while to find your timing. And yes, it's a reasonably big target. The run rate required stands at over 8. But
that's the first one to go.
It's a good catch from Fran Wilson at backward point. But this does not make very pretty reading.
She just forgot her off stump. Getting too much room and trying to go somewhere up into the sky.
But there's an old adage in T20 cricket, which is you can't win a game of cricket in the first 6 overs, but you can certainly lose one. And Pakistan have had a horrible start to this run chase, and they need to steady that ship. There's time to catch up. The outfield's quick, but they have to give themselves a chance.
Good delivery, leaving towards off stump. And look at that, that's pitched towards offside. Just leaving her. It's really good attacking bowling here from English bowlers. They have got all the confidence from the ODI cricket, winning 2-0, as well as the pressure of T20, winning 9 games out of 10. But as you spoke on earlier, it's a different day. You need to keep your minds alive, get some more confidence that you can do it. And it's still not over. You've got 8 wickets. You can get a partnership, 10 overs, 2 down, like 60 odd runs. Slotty away. Quick, gone for 4. That was the third man up placed there. But she couldn't win the race from ball.
Doesn't matter how they come. It's cliche, yes, but it's certainly the case when you've had the sort of start Pakistan have had, that if it flies off the outside edge, that's fine. That doesn't matter. England got some streaky boundaries at the start of their innings. Amy Jones on a couple of occasions could easily have been bowled and got lucky. But she's proof in this game that if you can ride your luck and stick around, you can get in and you can score runs. That's what Bismar and Amema have to do here.
That's true. Will surely go for fence. Yeah, so there you go. The confirmation is there. That's a best drive. Playing all along the carpet. Good timing.
Really good shot. Just lent into her. That is evidence because it's not an insignificant distance to the boundary square at the Kinrara Oval. And the way that that ball raced away just will give a little bit of confidence. And the run rate's just been kept in check. You can't afford in these power play overs to see that required rate start rushing up. It's currently at, what, 8.11, 146 from 108. But you can't, early in an innings, see it go over 10, really, and keep control of things.
Well, Priya is pitching over. I think she's allowing her, Umaima, to drive through covers, and maybe sometimes any sort of miscue played uppishly will be getting into the hands, because look at that night. She is just putting 4 fielders towards offside, back foot point, extra cover and mid-off. But I don't think so that Pakistani players should be looking to play aggressively now for the next 2 to 3 overs.
Both sets of players here will be very aware of what's to come in the new year, the T20 World Cup in February in Australia. And so every side, every player in the next few weeks in the games that will be taking place will feel there's the opportunity to get that place, make sure you're in that squad. Freya Davis couldn't have done an awful lot better than the start she's had to this game. Another dot ball into the covers. You want to be there. That's why you play international sport. It's for those big marquee tournaments.
Yeah.
And none bigger, really, than a T20 World Cup in Australia, with the prospect for the teams that get to the final. That's the aim. International Women's Day on March the 8th is to sell out the Melbourne Cricket Ground, close to 100,000 people. What an opportunity for the game it is.
Over the back foot point. She has got a bit of the pose on that one, and good effort in the deep back foot point. Long chase for the fielder. That was flashing it hard towards offside. No, that was over. Saving runs will surely add confidence to the bowler, to the teammates. But, we are behaving well. We can really do it tonight. But Pakistani batters will be happy to play fuller length deliveries rather than back of length. See that? She's been very much comfortable while driving it through when the ball has been pitching over. But back up lane, the first wicket That was on the back foot, or sort of back upland delivery. Good run. And when you have just made it comfortably. Slightly low, slow, but they're going crossing the popping crease here. Oh, the bat was in the air. Would have gone if a directed will be there. There you go, the most runs. Bisma Maroof coming in the top. 2,107 runs, 71 not out. Then after her, Javeria Khan scoring 1,677 runs. But one thing that has been very much good, that strike rates not that much high, but these girls, they are still playing. Then Abzi has just left the cricket. But Sanamir just taking off a bit of from the international cricket, and Bisma Maroof, Javeria Khan, Nida Da, they're still inside. So Pakistan has got a bit of experience.
How much is coming through? That's the question, because these players won't be around forever. And certainly England have had a lot of players in the last few years that have called it a day after long, distinguished careers. Think of Sarah Taylor and Jenny Gunn, and then overnight we got news that Laura Marsh, England's most successful ever spin bowler, was retiring from international cricket. Here's another one that's been around for a while, Catherine Brunt. No suggestion that she's thinking of leaving the international arena anytime soon. She's as passionate for the game as she's always been, but certainly she's heading towards the latter stages of career, you would have thought.
Well, today I've been very impressed with Aruba, the debutant from Pakistan. The leggy, she has done a great job. A couple of times she was about to take another wicket. Surprise delivery. But lucky for Pakistan, those runs are coming in bias. Quick.
Well, Amy Jones got a little wrong-footed behind the stumps here. Look, she's going to her right and then has to quickly react and doesn't quite get that left hand down quickly enough. She'll be disappointed, though. England set high standards with their keeping. Sarah Taylor was the best, probably, in the women's game there's ever been.
Catches the call, but space is there. Let's see, this will run away. No, they will settle for a couple. And now these girls from Pakistan, they've been showing a bit of the confidence. After losing 2 quick wickets, they were really in the shackles. And now, since last 4 or 5 or maybe like 8 deliveries, they're showing a bit of the confidence. The bat is just flowing in a good way. The hand-eye coordination has been improved. Towards onside. Score all along. Yes, it's a 6. So that is what required here from Pakistani girls, because they need a good start, but losing 2 wickets now. It's time to rebuild.
Ah, what a good shot that is. Picked it up early, used the pace of Brunt, helped it on its way. And the required rate dips just underneath 8. So they're pretty much up with things. Not far off it.
Yes, it's the call. There you go. They've been running good as well. We're looking at that previous stroke and now running between the wickets. Call was early and she ran quickly.
Expensive over this. I've seen 14 come from it already.
Still a delivery to go. Worked it to the third man, and they have earned 15 runs in this over. Good one from Pakistan's point of view. 4 gone, 28 for 2.
It's the partnership that they needed just to steady the ship after those 2 wickets fell in the opening over. And England will, having bowled exclusively with seam, just be beginning to have those conversations about when to introduce the likes of Sarah Glenn, Sophie Eccleston into the bowling attack. There's a conference going on at the moment. But the equation for Pakistan at 127 from 96 deliveries is not unmanageable. England with 154 for 4 from their 20 overs. It was a decent effort, but not one that would have left Pakistan feeling at the halfway stage that they were out of the game at all. It only takes 3 or 4 big overs and they're up there.
Playing it and looking for 2. They're coming back a second. Good running. I think so that when you're not getting boundaries, you need to disturb the line of the bowler. This is a good way. Just look at that, running quickly on the mark and just leaving to the danger end.
And taking responsibility, Bismar there. She called it. She was happy to push for 2 and got there in the end pretty comfortably.
Well, Bismar is just hanging her bat down because when a one batter is hitting, you need to stick there. Along with that, just give her a space like Umaima to go over the wicket. Because the presence of captain is all the time important in the centre. There you go, 33 matches, 15 wins, 17 times she couldn't make through. Bit rubbishly played. It's gone through the boundary. 4 runs. Bit of danger involved in that shot. There we go, airborne, but couldn't do much better.
It's Fran Wilson at backward point. That's close to it. Excellent fielder. She's taken some magnificent catches for England in that position over the years. Couldn't quite stretch far enough on that occasion. And Pakistan are ahead of the run rate.
Oh, she has played that fine. Fine leg was up inside the circle. Second boundary in this over. 2 back-to-back boundaries and 11 runs so far. Still 2 deliveries to go. Intelligently played. She exactly knew that a fielder is up in 30 yards, so she has just got the gap and playing it from her pads. All this time couldn't go through, but still they're managing to get a single. Well, in the previous over, 15 runs, and this time 12. So run flow has just improved. 1 delivery to go. Yeah, 27 runs in 11 deliveries. That has really given a bit of the breathe to the run rate required. Yeah, good batting. 41 for 2 after 5.
Not very far away from what England was after the power play. One more over to go in that, 41 for 2 Pakistan.
England turning to spin. Sophie Eccleston comes into the attack, and Heather Knight, the skipper, is having to do a little bit of thinking here. She's just having to try and conjure up some way of stopping this flow of runs. 1 over left of the power play. And the pressure just a little bit for the first time today on England.
Bisma, the captain, on strike. I just hope that after the power play is done, Pakistan has a plan B, how to keep this flow going. There's a wide signal by the umpire. You don't want that the required run rate just slips away. Keep things in check. They looked good after losing the first 2 wickets in the first over. Sweeping that one nicely, boundary. The idea is right, to get as many as possible in the power play. Ease things out for yourself in the remaining 14. She had it in control. Right under her chin. Watching it onto the bat.
Well ahead of the rate now, look at that. Current run rate 8.9, the required rate 7.35. And Eccleston with a wide and a boundary conceded from the first couple, or the first legal delivery of the over, has just a little bit of work to do here.
Good save.
Let's drop back a little bit and not allowing that sweep stroke that's been so profitable so far.
So important that the Pakistan batters trust their ability, even if they lose a wicket here. They've got to make sure that the run flow doesn't stop. At least keep yourself in the chase. Just to have that self-belief that this is very gettable. And they are in that situation, as mentioned by you, 8.81. They're ahead of what's required. 4 runs ahead of where England was at the same stage. Interesting to watch what they do when the power play is done in just about 4 deliveries.
Good serve.
21 apiece for Bisma and Umaima. Down the wicket, and she's gone. Just trying to clear that infield, but short mid-wicket comes into play. They managed to break the partnership. They've got Umaima. The idea was right. She was just planning to clear that field at the 30-yard circle. In fact, she was a little in the 20-yard mark, but that's a good catch taken. The plan has worked. She plays a bit uppish on the onside. And Eccleston in her first over gets England the breakthrough, and Pakistan are down to 47 for 3. A good knock played by Umaima, 21 of just 14. All Dar needs to do now is carry on and ride on the momentum. 47 for 3 after 5.4. Nida Dar, the new batter. She appears in the top 10 of the T20 international rankings. Got a lot of firepower, 97 games for her. Got 1,086 runs under her name. A strike rate of 96.2. It's got to bring all that into play today. It's an IPG group production for Pakistan Cricket Board. And we're coming to you live from the Kenrara Oval in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. First T20 International. Oh, the three, that's a good shot. That's a very good shot. She's wrapped right in front of middle-in leg. No doubts whatsoever in the umpire's mind. She was inside the crease, playing it late. The ball didn't spin at all, just went on straight. It's a newish ball, so it'll skid through. That's not a very clever shot. It would surely pay if you're on the back foot. And sixth over. So things have completely changed now at the end of the power play. Pakistan in no time are 4 down, with Nida Dar going for no score. And they are 47 for 4 after 6.
Two out there, please, girls. Anya. Long off, not cover. Catherine, out you go, please, down, out you come. Short fine, please.
Can I know?
Come on, man. Yeah, two out there. Matt, 22.
Dolly, can I?
Go on, Glennie.
Waiting your call.
So Eccleston is done with her first over, starting off not very so good. It cost her 5 in the first delivery, a wide and a boundary, and then she pulled things back, ended the over with 2 for 6.
Go on, Glennie. Yes, Glennie. Big Glennie.
Sarah Glenn now with her first over from the far end. She's really good in the ODIs, made her debut. Gives the ball that loop. It looks very inviting to the batters. She's very accurate, on target, bowls into the stumps.
Leg stump. Middle.
So important that the batters to come, and now Iram, who's just walked in, bats around Bisma, the captain, who's 22 of 18. Bisma would have to stay right till the end if Pakistan want to get these first 2 points. Good call, that, from the non-striker. Single was always on. And while the over is going on, with Sarah Glenn blowing another delivery, let's head down to Ijaz on the sidelines, and he's got someone with him.
थैंक यू वेरी मच. इस वक्त मेरे साथ मौजूद हैं सैयदा अरूब शाह, जिनका आज T20 डेब्यू हुआ. वेल, ये जो विंटर है आपके लिए बड़ा लकी रहा. कैसा फील हो रहा है T20 डेब्यू करके? इससे पहले आपने वनडे डेब्यू किया.
सबसे पहले तो अल्लाह का शुक्र है, और मैं बहुत लकी हूँ कि अल्लाह ताला हमेशा मेरी इज़्ज़त रखते हैं, मेरी हमेशा परफॉर्मेंस कराते हैं, रेगुलर परफॉर्मेंस कराते हैं. बस यही है. और पेरेंट्स की सपोर्ट मुझे बहुत सपोर्ट करा, पूरी फैमिली ने मेरी, और ऑब्वियसली सीनियर्स बहुत सपोर्टिव हैं. और बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है मुझे T20 का डेब्यू, और अच्छी बॉलिंग है इंग्लैंड के ख़िलाफ़, अच्छी टीम है वो बहुत. तो
जो एक इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ इस सिनेरियो में है कि आपकी टीम के जो बॉलर्स थी उन्होंने बड़ा अच्छा कोप किया. एक वक्त था, लग रहा था कि 180 प्लस जाएगा इंग्लैंड का स्कोर, लेकिन आपने बड़ा अच्छा कंटेन किया, उनको रोका 154 पे.
जी, वैसे बॉलर्स का यही काम होता है कि जो रन बन रहे होते हैं वो रोकना और टीम के लिए खेलना. बस यही था, हमारे दिमाग में यही था कि बस हमने उन जितना हो सके कम में उनको रोकना है, और वो हुआ.
चलें, गुड लक फॉर द फ्यूचर.
Was the debutant Arub, and also the end of the over. 7 overs gone, 51 for 4.
Go on, Eccles.
They need 104 more from here, Pakistan. 2 is the call. Slight misfield, but 1 is what they will get. I like the way Bisma plays. uses her feet very well against the spinners. She exactly gets to the pitch of the ball, understands what's happening out there. And she's the mainstay for Pakistan. She gets runs, Pakistan gets closer to their target. And nothing different today. 424 for Bisma. Iram will have to understand her role at this stage. What's required of her? 52 for 4. Pakistan requiring 103 more from here. Just straying down the leg side. Probably leg buys here. We'll just wait. Yes, leg buys signaled by the umpire. Still going well. Just above 7 runs in over Pakistan. A few 2 big overs somewhere will get them in a more comfortable position. Soft hands, but Iram says no straight away for that single. Reverse attempted, didn't get hold of it. Third man collects. Don't know if that's a bright idea of doing that at this stage, but she luckily gets some bat onto it. Eccleston, 2 wickets in her first over, just gave away 6. She's completely changed the game back into England's favour, but Bisma around. Heather won't be resting. Oh, that's gone through. That's a wild swing of the bat. Was just saying that Iram needs to understand her role while Bisma is doing well, but that's not to be. Pakistan half the side back into the dugout, 54 for 5.
I think that falls in the categories of poor dismissals, Sikandar. That's not really what Pakistan needed at this stage, because Bisma at the other end going at quicker than a runner ball is keeping things in check. She can't do it alone. She has to have support. And that was a poor stroke.
Yeah, down the wicket, not behind the line of the ball. Maybe eyes shut at the last stage, giving it everything. Umayma's wicket was a good catch at short mid-wicket. But then after that, Dar and the attempt to play that one on the back foot, wrapped in front of the stumps, that was really soft dismissal as well. And now Iram, bowled by Eccleston. Eccleston has really pulled her socks up after bowling a wide and a hit for a boundary on the very first ball. Alia, she's been impressive to you, in fact to us in the ODIs. Can she bring her experience into play, understand her role? 2 is the call. Can she come back? That's gone for 4. Good start for her. Just straying a bit on the leg stump. 8 overs gone, 58 for 5.
It's not the best ball, but you have to put it away, and that's nicely played. Malia immediately getting off the mark will feel a bit of confidence. But you look at that scorecard, and it's the fact that 3 out of 5 of the dismissals have been ducks. 1 has been for just a single score. And Bisma has been the lone figure that has managed to hang around.
Yeah, it's important to stay in the game. Even if a batter somewhere down the order gets a 20-odd run in a lost cause, it doesn't really matter, does it? So it's just about making sure that along with your captain, what's the requirement at a particular stage of the game, you implement that. Still not lost. Down the leg side. Could see the 3 stumps while she was sweeping. I could see 3.
close. It's not quite enough to convince the umpire, but it's pretty close.
You'd be a harsh umpire, Henry.
Oh, absolutely. You know, if you're going to play careless shots, you can. But you look at that equation, 95 from 69 is not at all out of the reach of Pakistan. It's just the wickets column. That's the problem.
It can change. A couple of good overs somewhere. If Bisma can eye one of these bowlers, try to get 13 or 15 back-to-back, add those quick-fire 30 runs onto the board. So what do you think as a captain at this point in time, batting captain that is? You're losing wickets on the other hand. Do you change your own game plan? One, to keep more of the strike and try to go for those boundaries, try to get closer because you feel you might just end up staying at the non-strikers?
Bisma will be feeling here, if she's not in for the majority of the rest of this innings, there's not a chance for Pakistan, really. She is the key wicket.
She was trying to close the face of the bat and eventually just played it back to the bowler. Catching practice there. 61 for 6 Pakistan after 9.
It's a simple catch in the end for Sarah Glenn. There you go. Straight back to the bowler. He just crouches down and says thank you. That's another dismissal that will frustrate Pakistan. And Bisma, the captain, who's there on 27, has seen partners come and go. And a fair few dismissals that I don't think will fill her with a huge amount of pleasure, because that partnership between she and Amema was really giving hope to this run chase. Suddenly 61 for 6, and it was pitched up. There's the LBW shout from earlier on in the over. Jones and Glenn were convinced. They survived on that occasion, but it wasn't to be later on in the over, and suddenly becomes very tricky. And you almost are at the stage now, Sikandar, where Bisma has to think about trying to do this on her own, because how many more coming out are going to have the ability to hang around and score at the rate that's required, that now stands at 8.55?
I think the important part now Bisma will have to implement, apart from her batting, is to talk to her partner every delivery when she is facing. Letting your partner know it's not a problem if you have a dot ball. We'll manage this. That's a good ball, quick. But it's important that you not only play your innings, but help your partner play it as well. It's just a clarity of mind you see from Alia's dismissal. That's the last delivery. She's trying to work something onto the onside, something that's being bowled right in the middle stump. And then she changes her mind. She gets in two minds. Clarity is important. Good single.
That's something that Bismar's innings has been defined by. It's that clarity of thought, the sensible shot selection. There's not really been any moment where you feel that she's out of control.
That's Alia's wicket. Have a look at that. She's coming down, trying to work it on the onside. Gets a leading edge. And she's not in a good balance, in good position as well while playing that shot. Let's have a look at all the dismissals after this delivery. Keeping the pressure on England. Lots of talking going around in the circle. The wickets, have a look. That's the first one, Nahida, just leaning into that drive, getting it high on the bat, just balloons up in the air. This was premeditated even before the bowler was in the stride, just exposing the stumps. And this was a good catch at short mid-wicket. That broke the big partnership of Omema and Bisma. Really good catch. That actually open the floodgates. You get that partnership broken. After that, the dismissals have been pretty ordinary. There's nowhere. Footwork is not going anywhere. That was Nida Dar. And completely missing with that wild swing. Bowled, hitting the top of middle. And that's the last wicket. Alia Riaz cotton bowled. It's just that she allows the ball to come as close to her, and then she decides, opens the face of the bat, plays it late, just guides it down, keeps strike. Well done, 10 overs gone. It's 64 for 6.
So the required rate, 91 from 60 balls. That's quite straightforward. It's a 9.1 from 10 overs. Pakistan 64 for 6. Bismar has been the key. 29 not out. Quicker than a runner ball, but the 6 wickets that have fallen, that's the issue that Pakistan have here. Of course, England only lost the 4 in their innings. There was big partnerships throughout. On a couple of occasions, we've just seen those clusters of wickets that can completely change the momentum of an innings.
Yeah, after Pakistan lost 2 wickets in the very first over from Davis, they built up a partnership, added 46 runs, and then it starts falling apart. 47 is when the 3rd wicket fell, 47 for the 4th, 54 for the 5th, and 61 on board for the 6th. She finds the gap, that should go. This outfield will help you. It's really quick, and value for shots surely come your way.
Threads that needle.
No ball.
Wow, it's a rare no ball from a spinner. Have to re-bowl that, Sarah Glenn.
Yes, free hit.
That's a free hit. Important what Sidra plans to do with that. No change in field as it's the same batter. I'd say mid-wicket. No. Nobody listens to me.
Well, they should be, I think.
I was just thinking, Sidra Nawaz is the wicket keeper for Pakistan. Just listening to her comments throughout Pakistan's bowling, that she understands how the wicket is playing, what length should be bowled. She should be implementing now that when she is wearing the pads. Easier said than done, but she would exactly know at least where the strike rotation is. It shows 6 of 7 in no time. Not wasting any time. Almost a runner ball, Sidra Nawaz. And that helps your established partner at the other end. Starts developing that confidence on you. 11 gone. 72 for 6.
So 83 from 54 is the equation. A couple of big overs, that's the key.
Who would you target it as a batter?
Well, so far, Catherine Brunt has been the most expensive, but she has a knack of coming back. She can go for runs in and over, and then he'll come back and really chain things in. But you look at Shrubsole and Brunt have overs to bowl, and pace on the ball has been the more profitable way of getting runs, it would seem, in this game. As for the umpteenth time, we see Bismar running the ball down towards third man for a single. And so you wonder whether, when Shrubsole or Brunt comes back on, whether Bismar's still there. She thinks that's the moment to go. Davis as well, and we see there as taken 2 for 18 from her 3. been spin that's really been tying teams down. It's well bowled by Siva, right on the money. There's not much Bismarck can do with that. And every dot ball, this stage of an innings, we'll see that run rate start to move up quite sharply. It's now over 9.5 and over that's required. Look at those, where those wickets have fallen. 3, 4 and 5 in the space of 7 runs. It's nicely played. It's well collected in the deep. It's decent cricket all round. Fred Davis, reasonably new to the England setup. The last 12 months or so, she started to get more opportunities.
Yeah, that's better. A while ago that Sidra Nawaz thinks she was just asking from the captain, should I go for a boundary? She said, no, well, I've got a bit of overs left. Just for a couple of more overs, we have to be very quiet. Just keep your head down and go along nicely. Oh, that was played slightly uppish. It's not a bad equation after 12. 77 for 6. No, it was off the ground. Now look at that attempt. These are the efforts that make the sides the best sides. And England cricket team is number 2 in ICC T20 rankings. That's why they're showing their skills. Bismillah Umaima, that's only the way that we can describe you. But at the end of the day, if Bismillah Sidra Nawaz can do here, I think that will be the big one to describe. Because it's not very hard, it's not difficult to chase down. You need to keep your heads cool and calm together, go with a partnership, wait for the bad deliveries, because Bismillah, she has got the ability to cross the 3 figures. Sidra Nawaz will have to give a bit of the hand, bit of the sheer.
Well, Catherine Brunt is coming back into the attack. Expensive over that she bowled earlier on. 15 from it.
They're going for an overthrow. Bismarck's got something here. Oh, that was slightly, I think she didn't notice that the wicketkeeper is just slightly away from the throw that where it landed. Or maybe a little quick.
What we're seeing from Brunt is she's bowling around the wicket to Bismarck, so just slightly cutting off that scoring option that the Pakistan captain has favoured down to 3rd man.
Flying it over, mid-off. This will run away for 4. Well hit in a immense sort of under pressure sort of situation, and look at the beauty. Bismarck just hanging there. Get a back of length and picked up earlier. She has got 10 half centuries in T20 format at this level. And let's see if she can add it one more here. Her bat has been scoring runs quite comfortably. How is the situation like? Pressure is there of 6 wickets, but her bat is not giving any sort of edge or any sort of thing that we as English bowlers can be happy that she's making some sort of mistake. She may give her wicket here. Well hit. Will run away for 4. 3rd man was there, a bit wider. And what a pick. Sidra Nawaz joining the party.
Well, this was always the danger when England reintroduced pace into the attack. That anything loose, you can just throw the bat at it. And look at this already in the over. We've seen 11 runs scored and we've still got 2 balls left of it. And Catherine Brunt will feel just a little bit of pressure. She's talking to bowling partner Anya Shrubsole, but suddenly the equation 67 from 44 looks a little bit more manageable.
Good delivery, she's still asking.
You see her mouthing there. First of all, are you sure? And then 100% sure to the umpire at square leg. And I think he says, yes, I am absolutely certain. And we'll see from this angle. Oh, there's just a moment when that foot's up, but no. Sujya Nawaz is in no danger. Amy Jones is pretty sharp with it. Any chance of a wicket? Catherine Brunt is not going to not ask that question. Possibly not just the once either. This has been a decent recovery to finish the over from Brunt, who has been expensive. 22 runs conceded from her 2 overs. And 88 for 6 after 13 with a target of 155.
Diana Bacon bat a bit after this. Ruth Shah, the debutant. Let's see that if she can handle the bat well. But Eccleston taking 3 wickets and 12 runs. Brunt is a little expensive, 2 overs, 22 runs. Just settling down in the centre, both these players from Pakistan. Bisma and Sidra Nawaz, Lashif, they can take this ship steady and comfortably. Just Sikandar has joined me here. Well, it's really a good space. Looking good that both these players, they are trying to build up a partnership which was lacking at the top. And there is a sort of hint that they are eager to win this game.
Well, they're looking for that 1 or 2 overs, the big overs, to get them back into that chase comfortably. Just staying there, forming a partnership has to have a meaning to it, and that's what Bisma is looking for, along with Sidra. So that's the important part. Where and who would be bowling when Pakistan would want to get that big over going and get to that required 10.5 run rate, 10.05 run rate rather.
Yes, there will be an important part of this first T20 of the series. A little backing up, but this time the ball is getting a bit of the bounce. Well, the run-up is slightly short, but when she's pitching the deliveries, look at that. Just getting up.
Hitting the seam, and she's got a strong arm, Brunt, so getting the ball to bounce from the good length spot. That's what surprised Bisma as well. 3-dot balls. She's concentrating hard. Scooping that one. Gets bat onto it. Boundary. That's smart cricket from the informed batter from Pakistan. Pakistan requires this form of cricket at this stage. A bit of skill, a bit of risk to be taken, and get the result going in your favor.
Yes, exactly. At this stage. And what's a good thing that captain is just describing here to the opponent that her teammates at 2 deliveries to go, how will be behaving it. We can take a single on these 2. Good running inside the 30 yards. Still they're managing to get a single. They're waiting for the bad deliveries to come. And whenever there is a good delivery, they're giving respect. And look at that, how quickly they took that run. So they're really working hard in the center.
What I like about her is that she's a busy cricketer. Always involved in the game. Just opens the face of the bat to keep strike. Pakistan 94 for 6 after 14.
Pakistan doing well as a bowling unit, restricting like 20 to 30 runs short. What England had planned here. But I think so that their batting line that has not been replying in the best manner. But these two girls at this stage, they're working really hard in the business hours to whip up at this stage to get a victory. Because after a defeat of 2-0 in ODI cricket, you need a big win in such sort of situation where the team is down and you are about to win this game. Oh, after this, winning the game will give a big boost.
Should be at least a couple here. No. Good ground covered by the fielder in the deep, restricting them to one. That was wide.
White ball.
Down the leg side. Extra run. Well, I think pitching over, Pakistani, both these girls will be happy to play. Because on backup length deliveries, we did see a bit of bounce has really disturbed them. They were not been comfortable in the centre, were playing short of length deliveries. Still talking to each other. For the next 6 deliveries, what should be the plan? That's onside. Couple added.
Good running on that occasion by Pakistan, realizing that the throw has a single available on it as well. Good call from Bisma to keep strike. 2 runs away for Pakistan from reaching 100.
Yes, exactly. They're keeping it safe. Bisma and Sidra going all along nicely, or just not been giving any sort of danger or a hint of danger that they're playing uppishly or somewhere. Half hit.
Just under the legs of Jones, getting a bottom edge that should go all the way. Pakistan wouldn't mind those runs. Boundary gets Pakistan to 103 for 6. Good partnership this, 42 of 37. Trying to cut that one. Nothing that the keeper can do. That's 4 runs.
100 up. Kane trying to cut it late. Over ball, 15 gone, 103 for 6.
Just not been able to manage the wickets column, Pakistan. Otherwise, they've done well in the power play, better than England. What England had, 2 runs better than that. Slipping away between over number 7 and 15. And now important what happens in the last 5. That will decide the result of the game. 52 of 30 is very gettable, especially when Bisma is around. Sidra, compliments to her. She's really understood the situation of the game. 18 of 17. Sarah Glenn will continue, bowl her last over, 1 for 15 from the Kinrara end. Could it be this over that Pakistan has been looking for to get those runs going? Back for the second. Nawaz will have to be quick. She does well, putting pressure onto the fielder. That's how you get them. 50 for Bisma. 51 of 46. She knows that the job's not done. On a personal landmark, Well played. 5 boundaries in that. 110 strike rate.
So this is 11th for her in T20 internationals. And if it will be a winning knock, it's not much better than that. Could be a chance on a non-striking end, but throw was the ball is not hitting on the stumps. Well, that's what Sikandar was telling you. Bit of chance, bit of risk should be taken in here. She has taken the risk, and so far she has been paid back.
She probably wanted to play that finer. Just a single on that occasion. 4 runs off the first 3 deliveries. Need a boundary somewhere.
Yeah, I think so that playing against spinners, Pakistani batter should be more comfortable rather than those whipping up deliveries from the good length from the pacers. So they must try a boundary in this over. She's trying to go through covers, I think, because there is a space available in at extra cover, super cover. No fielders there. But this time, just gone through to the fine leg. Will run away for 4. It's a wide and 4 runs.
Yeah, just straying on the leg stump, trying to bowl a quicker one, Sarah. She completely misses her target. Bisma trying to get bat onto that. Keeper couldn't grab it as well. Yeah, she bowled a flatter trajectory. This was quicker. That's the boundary Pakistan was looking for. 5 wides, no problem. 43 of 26.
Good batting. They're continuously talking to each other, Bisma and Sidra Nawaz. And how many balls left in this over? Should I go for a boundary? Should I go for a single?
Ten runs. Sarah needs to finish it off well. Important what Pakistan does on the last ball. So 10 of the over, that's what the required run rate is. Get another over like this and probably pull that down. 16 gone. 113 for 6.
Deliveries to go. There you go, Bisma. So far, she has played well. Just 49 deliveries, playing towards offside, onside. She has got all sort of strokes. Went upishly and running 4 runs. She has taken a bit of a risk too. Played it cheeky and well played. But still a long way to go. You'll have to be there. Scoring behind the square as well as towards onside. That's strength for her. So England should be looking there to keep next deliveries towards offside, because anything towards onside you will give her, she will badly hit you. She's just settling down the field. Fine leg is down, long leg is there. Mid-on is up. Mid-off up, then they have got extra cover up inside the circle. So anything over the bowler's head will surely earn runs.
This is the important over. Can Pakistan use the pace that Brunt offers? They've got an over which gave them 10 runs. And can they replicate that and get another one going? Now it's looking gettable. with this partnership. The last wicket fell at 61. 41 of 23. It's a game on.
Yes, this time getting bit off the bounds. So we witnessed that previously. Brunt was just getting a bit off the bounce from the shorter run up. Good attempt, but just a dot delivery. Well, Henry has just joined me in the commentary box and will be a great spell here. Well, looking on to the great contest.
It's a really interesting game of cricket we got now, because this partnership has played with real maturity, patience, and at the right moments, the acceleration that has given Pakistan a chance here. 54 runs from 48 deliveries. Yes, the required rate stands at over 11, but it is 40 to win from 21. You need 2 big overs, and everything changes.
Yes, so let's see where Pakistani batters will pick up which bowler. Well, they was trying to form it towards onside, couldn't do so. I think Bisma is a senior pro. She must be looking to carry her bat through here. And Sidra Nawaz should be attacking here, because the presence of captain is most important in the crease. Someone like Sidra will have to take chances.
This hasn't been a bad over from Brunt, who has been expensive today. But she's bowled nicely, and the required rate stands at exactly 2 a ball now. So the boundaries are crucial. Brunt there. She's been expensive in the first couple of overs, but this one has really hauled things back. Can she get out of it with a single or a dot? It's the 4 from the over, including that leg bye.
It's about a boundary required here. She had just gone over, just dropped it into the hands, but I think so. When she was just putting her hands on the land somewhere, that popped out. She's not happy. She made it.
Well, Catherine Brunt can't often be accused of not showing exactly how she feels on a cricket field. And she looks frustrated there. It was in the air. Bismarck going for the release shot. Fran Wilson dives forward. And it's never actually in. It's not one of those where it's in and then the elbows hit the ground and out it pops. It just doesn't stick. And so it's 36 from 18. We've got 3 overs left of this game. And Bismarck and Sidra Nawaz have put Pakistan in a position, potentially, to cause what would be an upset.
Yeah. And we just witnessed a drop catch. Sometimes such sort of things can really dent you well. Yeah, just given away a chance to the opponent. It might be that that advantage she might be taking here and taking this ship sail along nicely. Oh, this time through third man. So something is coming out from Sidra's bat. And I think so. She has been given an advice just to go aggressively, play a boom boom inning.
It dropped well short of Glenn down at third man. Now, what's Bismarck going to do here? Because will she decide she too has to take the responsibility of trying to find those boundaries? There's an appeal from more enthusiastically behind the stumps, it has to be said, than from the bowler. There's no bat involved as the umpire signals leg by. It'll be interesting to see the replay of this. As Siva bowls, drifting down the leg side. Yeah, you can see that that's comfortably going to miss the leg stump. But it's just 1 onto the total, so 34 from 16 is the equation.
It's up into the sky, fielder underneath it and taken. Well, it's a good time for English cricket team to take a wicket because his partnership was really looking a bit after dangerous. Yes, they were discussing the things and trying to take the things away from England cricket team. I think that she was trying to play more towards onside, but couldn't do so better. Sidra Nawaz gone for 22 in 24 deliveries. It's 1-2, 1 for 7.
Good innings. She had to play that shot, really. Well, not that shot, but an aggressive shot, because the run rate's creeping up. It's now heading towards 14. And as much as a good over can get the game really in Pakistan's grasp, a bad over can completely take it away. And so boundary is crucial. There's a decent catch from Sophie Eccleston, who had a little bit of ground to make up. But she got in position, steadied herself, and took, in the end, what looked a pretty straightforward take. As we see Diana Bay come to the middle in a wide-brimmed hat and with a fair degree of... Well, I think pressure would be the wrong word, but she'll have expectation on herself of what Pakistan could do in this position. 34 needed from 15. She won't be on strike because the batter's crossed, so it'll be Bismar who faces the next delivery.
Probably hit, could be 4. No, well fielded. In the deep, settling for a 2. Well, English fielders, they are really on their toes, watching the ball quickly. This is what made them a #2 team in the T20 cricket. That's the way how the wicket has just fallen down. She was just trying to play it over the mid-off or mid-on, but she hasn't got much of the pace behind the bat, behind the ball. Just got a bit of elevation, couldn't get the distance.
Well, that was close. You've got to go for the runs. You've got to try and take those opportunities. But Heather Knight with one stump to aim at wasn't far away. A little puff of dust as that ball hit the ground very near to those stumps. Well, actually not quite as close as it looked initially, but it was a dicey old run. It was a little bit of a risky one.
Yeah, you can take chances because if a wicket here are directed, would have gone, and you may be getting more into this game. Because I think so Bismar was there. She was running on a danger and would have been a prize wicket. Bowled. That's another wicket. 8 there. Well, the hard bat was pretty straight, but the defences were not been enough to cope there. Bat and pad. That's the gap where Sivar just earned a wicket.
Well, the feet went nowhere, and it was straight enough if it beat the defences. It was always going to be low enough to hit the top of the stumps, and that Sivar gets the breakthrough. It's just nipping in off the surface, creeping past the inside edge. And you can see the reaction from Bismar at the non-striker's end. She turns in frustration as the score, after 18, 124 for 8. And the required rate, well, suddenly looks again less manageable. It's a 31 from 12 balls. It's a required rate of 15.5 and over. The 19th over tends to be the one where you win or lose a game. This has to.
Yes.
This has to go the way of Pakistan if we're going to see a grandstand finish. Bismar and Aroub, the debutant. Well, what a debut this would be. Bowled brilliantly. Can she possibly really make a hero of herself in a partnership with the Pakistan captain, who's made an excellent 59 from 55, the top score in the game so far. Shrubsole comes back into the attack. And what we see single run to start the over.
Bismarck should look over to the fence somewhere. Could be a chance there on the non-striking end. No, I think so. Umpire had just gone upstairs. Just to confirm from the TV umpire. Through from here, would have done that.
Oh, I think she's... Oh, it's one of those where, at what point does the bail leave the groove?
Yes.
It's between frames. That's what's difficult here.
She was in at a good place. She would have threw that ball on the stumps.
That's a very difficult one to call.
It is.
Because that is absolutely the crucial moment is between that moment.
Yeah, the bails are when they're leaving the groove. I think so that will be the time. I think so it's the same frame. When the bail's leaving the groove and the bat is just dragging it. Umpire, Mr. Khalid, just waiting for the decision from the umpire.
This might give us a little bit more indication. If you see there, bail's out of the ground, that frame there, and I'm not sure there's any bat over the line. I think that is more evidence to suggest that the wicket will have fallen, because it's hard to say definitively that the bails are up. We know that. Is there any bat over the line? That angle suggests that possibly that's the same angle we've seen.
I think she would have given out for that because there is slight
well, there we
bit
go.
Of gap there.
And it is a dismissal. The wicket has been given.
Yes.
And so that mix-up, and in the end, Shrubsole got things absolutely perfect. She could have thrown it, but she decided in the end she trusted her judgment, and the ninth wicket falls. And so...
She's tall, long steps.
Aroub's debut comes to an end. And Pakistan need 30 from 10 balls, and this is just slipping away, you feel. Bismar Maroof will be on strike.
So but Bismarck should be looking to play 20 overs, so maybe going over the top. I think she should try.
Well, that's not gone quite as far as she intended it to. If the ball had gone as far as the bat swing suggested it might, it's the story of my career.
She should play with underneath of the bat rather than from the upper part of the bat. Yes, that's better. Just a chip. And just onto the boundary line. What a catch. What a catch she has taken. What a balance. Superb high hand. And with this, they have taken the wicket as well as the game.
They may just have a quick look at it just to check that that foot wasn't over the line. Bismar had to go for it. But it went towards Nat Siver in the deep. She's, what, a couple of feet inside. What a catch that is. And it's absolutely perfect placement from Siver. She knows it's out. England have won this game by 29 runs. Pakistan have given them a real game here. But England, in the end, victorious. 53 in the first innings from Amy Jones. And despite the efforts of Bismar, with the game's top score of 60, England just have too much in the end.
So Pakistan women cricket team shown a bit of resistance in the middle because the top order, they couldn't do so. But English bowlers, they have done a beautiful job. And they kept their nerves cool. In a partnership, they were really going a couple of times. They were cool, calm, and sticking with their basics. Pacers, the spinners, the medium pacers, they have done a wonderful job. And it's always great coming into the T20 from the ODI victory.
Well, it was a game of cricket that had plenty of shifts in momentum. There's no question about it. Pakistan weren't a million miles away. It's the problem that the innings has as we look at that scorecard is those 2 wickets in the first over, then the big partnership between Bismar and Amema. But once the wicket of Amema fell, a third of the innings, then there was that collapse in the middle. Nida, Iram and Ali out for just 6 runs between them. Sidra Nawaz offered a little bit of resistance with Bismar. But when she fell, Diana Baig a ball later, then the run out of Arub, and eventually Bismar with just too much to do, caught in the deep by Nat Siver, and that was that. But were it not for those clusters of wickets, it could have been a very different story. Freya Davis, 3 overs, 2 for 18. Those 2 in the first over of the game. Anya Shrubsole, wicket to wrap things up at the end. Catherine Brunt was expensive. Her finest day at the office. Sophie Eccleston, the standout bowler in terms of wickets, 3 for 21. Sarah Glenn, 1 for 25, and a couple for Nat Siver, who bowled with great economy for her 3 overs, 2 for 12. So England victorious by 29 runs. Pakistan women bowled out for 125, chasing a target of 155. Amy Jones and Nat Siver leading the way for England with the bat. Arub on debut bowled really nicely, 1 for 21, got the big wicket of Jones. In response, Pakistan, well, Bismar was the mainstay. Eccleston picked up those 3 wickets. And Pakistan, the wait goes on for their 2nd win in T20 internationals against England, because this has been a victory for the tourists.
But overall this day, it is a bit of mix, because Pakistan hadn't got good start. It was the first one to go, the second one in the same over. Javeri was trying to make a bit of the room, then a bit of boundaries came through. Nice and quick all along the carpet, somewhere up into the sky. They've got a maximum too. Some fine things happen as well here. And, when partnership was building, they start losing the wickets. Leg before was caught. And, they just lost the path where they were really been going nice, smooth. It's exactly a time when she was just trying to play some aggressive strokes, couldn't do so. Run rate was piling up. And, then Bismar came up quickly, and she had a good time with a bat scoring 50. But she couldn't cross the line because of these sort of things when your batters, they're giving easy away, catching to the opponent's side. Some of the clean hits, clean bowled through the defences, and there you go. Bit of trying to get and grab runs, not been best of the callers. There was a super catch at the deep mid wicket, staying, keeping the balance right, and getting the catch out as they came to their favour. Well played, England. The captain was cool, and they were not been in panic at any time. And that's why you're looking at a bottom line 29 runs victory for English women cricket team. Though they were short of runs, like 20 to 30, but Pakistan didn't enjoy that luxury of scoring them and restricting them below 160, because at the time it was looking like 180 is really on.
Many positives for Pakistan from this game, particularly the bowling of the debutant Arub, but also the phases of the game in the run chase, where there was real pressure on the England side. Suggested this game could be heading for a really exciting finish. And I, for one, am very much looking forward to the next couple of matches in the T20 series.
Yeah. It is, and let's see where they will be coming up. And we are taking a short break, and after break we'll be coming back with the presentation ceremony. Welcome back, and with the England cricket team winning this game, we are taking you to the presentation ceremony.
Welcome to the post-match presentation of the first T20 international between Pakistan and England. And England wins this game by 29 runs. We had a good match and flashes of brilliance from both sides. Pakistan got closer, but then eventually England bowled well and got Pakistan out. And England winning this game by 29. I've got Asmavia Iqbal, one of the selectors of the Pakistan women's team, along with me. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll start off with the player of the match, and no doubts about that. Amy Jones, for a brilliant knock of 53 of just 39 deliveries, will come and collect her player of the match award. We'll have a quick word with Amy. Enjoyed coming up in the order. Not really easy to quick and straight away get it amongst runs on this pitch.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was quite tricky out there, and Pakistan bowled really well at the start. So for us, it was a good team performance to get us up to close to 160. So happy with the score in the end, and really pleased with how the bowlers went about it today.
What was the main key you feel that worked out for you to be the player of the game? You understood what the pace was on the wicket. How did you go about your innings?
I think it helped that it was nicer to bat at the start and generally got a bit harder. So I think making good use of the power play, and me and Danny as openers, I guess, need to be positive and get a lot of runs up top in order to make it a bit easier later on.
Well played. Thanks for entertaining us.
Thank you.
Player of the game today, Amy Jones, for her 53 of just 39. Now I'd like to call upon the captain of England, Heather Knight, to come forward and have a quick word with us. Good start to the T20. Felt that you probably could have got 15 more, 20 more?
Yeah, potentially. I think it was a little bit of slower wicket. Their spinners bowled quite well into the surface, I thought. Made it quite hard for us to kind of hit boundaries in that middle period. But ultimately, I'm pretty happy. There was one point where we put under pressure. Bisma, I thought, batted very well. It was sort of 10s to win in the last 4 overs, and you sort of felt the pressure, and there was a game in it, which was great. And I thought our bowlers responded brilliantly in that back end, and obviously finished up and finished the job and got us a win.
What do you tell your players? I mean, we've seen in the ODIs and now in the T20 as well, there have been moments where Pakistan have taken the upper hand, but you come back very strongly.
It's just backing our skills, I think, really. Backing what we do, knowing we can perform under pressure, and just keeping it real simple when that's the case. And I think we've executed our skills as a general very, very well throughout the series, and we want to take that into the T20s as well. Obviously, it's a big part of our preparation for the World Cup and building towards that, and people are fighting for spots as well, so it's quite an important little series.
Congratulations, well played.
Thanks very much.
Heather Knight, the captain of England. Now I'd like to call upon Bisma Maroof, the captain of Pakistan, to come forward and have a few words with us. Bisma, first of all, individually, very well played. Just ran out of partners in the end.
Yeah, I was just trying to play till the end. I think Suda played really well, and we didn't have the better in the end. Yeah.
But I've got to tell you that we've seen a lot of changes that have come into the Pakistan side, especially with the fielding. You guys have been brilliant. Lots of work is being put in for the preparations of the World Cup as well, and as a team.
Yeah, we are trying hard to improve our fielding standard. We know that this area we need to be more energetic, and I think we fielded really well. But the important chances we gave away. That's I think we should have taken and we could have slow down the run rate.
You almost pulled it off, gave the scare to England. You felt at the start of the innings that this is a gettable score because you guys bowled very well. In fact, you understood the pitch very well in terms of bowling.
Yeah, no, that I think it's just we need to see off the 2-3 overs from the front, but we lose our wickets, and then Umaima played really well, and in the middle we lost the wickets. Yeah.
Lots of positives from this game. Hard luck, but good luck for the coming 2 matches.
Thank you.
That's Bisma, Pakistan captain. So in the end, the result of the first T20 international is that England have beaten Pakistan by 29. Let's get you back to the comm box.
Thank you very much, Sikandar. Yes, exactly. England has done a great job in this first T20 game of the series. Amy Jones coming up onto the order, 53 in 39 deliveries. Siva, 34, not out, and Beaumont scoring 30 runs, and they have opted 154 runs at the top after put into the bat first. Then Pakistani women, as in terms of bowling, Aruba, Sayyida Aroob Shah. She's been a brilliant prospect in the future. the way she's been delivering the ball, the way she's been behaving in the centre, I think so she's the future star of Pakistan. Nidada, 2 wickets for her, 30 runs, then Anam scoring 1 wicket. And when they came out to bat, and I think so that was the time in the first over, 2 quick wickets that really let Pakistan down. Bisma scored 60 runs, 11th of his career in T20, the half-century she has scored here in 59 deliveries. And Ecclestone getting 3 wickets for 21 runs. Siva, 2 wickets, and Davis, she scored 2 wickets. So this is a victory for England cricket team. Congrats to them. But 29 runs, what has been there in the centre here at Kanara Oval Cricket Ground. Still, there you go. The second T20 will be there on 19 December 2019. Same time, 10 in the morning. So enjoy cricket. Hope that you will be enjoying our broadcast too. Stay calm, cool, and goodbye from here.